Okay guys, welcome back. Part 3, making your own fishing lures. I got a little impatient, so I went ahead and unmolded one of these. And man, look at this thing. Look at the detail in there. It came out great, like really good. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the other two. See what they look like. Okay guys, here we are with the other two molds, and I want to go ahead and apologize. Apparently, I erased my video. I deleted my video of me actually taking the framework out of it, but I don't really need to explain that. You just pull it apart and bam, you got your mold. So here's these little darting shads that I made for speckled trout fishing. This is what I'm really interested in right here because I want to go slay some specks right now. It's wintertime, they're in the bayous. That's what we're going to use to catch them with. And then my little U-worm mold right here. So let's just jump right into the pour, okay? See how these guys turned out. I'm gonna let you know, I did heat the mold up. It's in the 30s here. I'm in an unheated studio, so it's a little chilly. So I went ahead and I heated these up. All right, and I'm just doing straight white because that's the best color. If the fish aren't biting, if the speckled trout aren't biting on a white lure, well, man, I don't know. I've just always found that to be the case, that white is the best color for speckled trout. I'm trying these little bitty pouring pots that I got in the mail the other day from Lure Craft. And I gotta say, I'm liking them. Got some small spaces in this mold, and I can really get a fine drizzle and not have really any overlap to trim off of my lure at the end. I'm kind of wishing I'd have made like a 6-cavity mold. And I'll probably go back and at least make another 3 or with it. That way I can pour more at once. But we'll let these cool off. Check them out. All right, let's open these up and pour some more. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that'll catch a speckled trout right there. I think the reason the white works so well is because it's highly visible, for one. And I'm fishing a lot of stained, murky, brackish water. And there's tons of little finger mullet. And that's what these guys feed on. So it mimics what they're eating just well. The Gulf is full of these little guys. You can go out sometimes and man, they just, as far as you can see, mullet. And then when they're not eating mullet, they're eating pogies. And pogies are just like a flat, skinny looking little finger mullet. They're the same color. Got a black back, little black dot on them. They're a great speckled trout bait. So this, and the ones that get up in the bayou, they're not as big as the ones that you get out front. The pogie boats go catch. So they're small, and this is a little. I didn't even measure the length of this bait, but I would say it's probably 2 3/4 inches, maybe somewhere around that. All right, we'll let these cool off and take a look at this. Man, I hope you can see the detail. You see the eyes right there. It's going to be great. Got a nice, and it'll stiffen up a little bit. This is 500 formula that I'm using. So it's for salt water. But still, yes, it's still got some nice action to it. This is going to be great. Can't wait to shoot a video and actually go out and catch some fish with these. And man, sometimes I feel like I spend more time in the shop making lures than I do actually fishing, but it's just a fun little hobby to do. And man, there's just a few things more satisfying than making your own lure and catching fish off of it. I think about that every time I catch a fish. I'm like, man, I caught that. I made that lure. I made that lure from nothing. I molded it out in clay. I made the shape, and Man, like I said, it's just satisfying. So let's let these guys cool. And I'll tell you what, I'll mix up another color and we'll pour this U-worm. All right. Okay, so I've got a really light green pumpkin mixed up. It's so light, it's almost like a motor oil. And I'm gonna put a little bit of very fine silver glitter in there. And then also I ordered, it's a gold highlight. It's kind of like an opalescent shimmer. So I'm gonna try some of this out and see what that does to it. Hopefully I put enough. Hopefully I didn't put too much or too little. We'll give it a start here. Oh yeah. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Wow, that just, I think I may have put too much of that in here. But man, that really, it's like, is it gold or is it green? Well, I guess it's both now. All right. Let's take these out. Oh yeah. Go ahead and pour a couple of these. Kind of looks like a bull minna color almost. Our bull minna is back. Yeah, this stuff's very interesting for sure. Something I'm gonna have to experiment with. Get the right ratio down. I think, I don't know, I keep wanting to say that I may have put too much in, but then I look at it, I think, well, maybe not. Yeah, I think this might be a little too cool to pour another one, or I may not have enough. We'll give it a try here. It's gonna be close. I don't know if that last one's gonna make it. It had reached its limits. All right, let them cool off, harden up, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, I've got my white heated back up. Let's take these out. Oh yeah. Man, that really changed the color of these. Like, really changed the color of them. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. You know what? Let's try it in the white. Smaller amount than what I did in the other one, for sure. See how it reacts to an opaque color. I really can't tell much of a difference. We'll see. Actually, let me heat that up just a little bit more. Okay, and since I heated it up, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more in here. I don't want to do too much too quick. That's probably about the same amount that I initially put in this little light green color that I had. And I'll show you the difference between the two. Okay, yeah, that definitely gave it a pearl look to it. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's got a nice pearl. Got a little sloppy on the pour on that one. think I'm in a hurry because this was cooling off so quickly last time whenever I was doing it. It doesn't look like I'm going to have that problem this time, though. Yeah, I tell you, I like this. I like what it did to this white. I don't know if you can see it or if it'll show up on the camera, but it definitely added a shimmer to it. All right, let's go ahead and take this U-worm out. Wow, it's a wild looking color right there. Let me show you what it actually was before. So that's the difference. I'm adding a gold highlight. I think I did a little bit too much in here for the effect that I wanted. I just wanted it to shimmer on the outside a little gold, but now I know. But I can still see some of the silver glitter through there. So it's not completely opaque. It's got a little bit of translucence to it. All right, let's let these cool out, and then we'll demold them. And I don't know, maybe do one more pour. We'll see. Okay, guys, we're gonna do something a little crazy. I'm gonna work while I talk here real fast because I don't want this to cool off. So I took these pearlescent ones that we just made out, put them back in the microwave for a little too long, I might say. I was gonna make a dual color. I was gonna have a white tail, and I wanted them to be a little warm. Well, they still were warm from me taking them out of the mold, and I got them a little extra warm in the microwave. So, got a little bleeding going on here. But, you know, this is a good color for me for speckled trout. Purple with a white tail. Usually fish it in the Kakaho. Like I said, really good redfish color right there. Anyway, I want to go ahead and we'll end the video here, guys. And don't worry though, I'll show you what these look like. But I want to thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. Shoot me any questions or comments. Really appreciate the you know, you watching the video, and a like and subscribe too. And stay tuned for what we got next. I told you I wouldn't leave you hanging with what these look like, so here we go. All right. Despite me cooking it for a little too long, still got a good seal on it. Yeah, a little too much bleed in here with this one. These two definitely turned out the best. But, hey, it still worked. It still worked.